down to as few steps as possible. And if you look at the chart on the right-hand side, you'll notice that I changed the chart to flowing. So this is how we get in the stream and the flow of well-being. And we've gone through these steps before, so I'll just review them. The first step is that we have to open up to that flow and recognize it and allow the acknowledgement that there is a flow flowing through us. And the idea is to get on board with that flow and open up to it and let that flow out. Step one, open and let it flow out. So everything that we do in the world is unconditional from love. Okay, idealistically, every thought, every action is taken from flow, which is non-resistance, which is love and well-being offered unconditionally to the universe. That's the ultimate. We're going to spend our lifetimes trying to reach it, but that's the ultimate. Then the second step is to, when you're sending this out, and actually the second step is offering. The first step is opening, the second step is offering. So, what can I do for you? How can I help you? What would be fulfilling for you? I want my love and my well-being and my flow. I want to offer it to you. I want to say to you, I'm glad you're in my life. I'm pleased that we're in the same room together. I want to feel my love leaving my body and going out to you. Whether you do anything with it or not, I like the idea of feeling love and well-being. And I like the idea of offering it to you and the universe and people I don't even know. And people who want me to send healing messages because they're sick or whatever I'm invited to send peace messages to the world so we don't fight, or messages of strength to Obama so he doesn't win out again. Whatever, sending this abundance out there is unconditional. That's the offer. And then the third step is letting it come back. I want to talk a little bit more about this because what happens is you send your offer out there, and what happens is you don't look to see the doors opening up for you. You want to be walking around saying, is that a door? Is that person staring at me across the cafe a door? Is that person who bumped into me a doorway, an invitation to let the abundance come back to me? I thought about going to a festival of people getting together because they love roses, and I was invited. Is that a door? What if I go to this festival of roses? I love roses. And I start talking to people, and I see it's an opening for me to receive back what I've been sending. So maybe I'll meet somebody there whose mother is dying and they want to deal with their grief, or there's an opening for me. If I don't take it, it just remains behind this door. So what's important when you're allowing the flow back is that you open the door to it so it can come back. Because you've sent it out there. It's already out there. It's bouncing around in the universe out there. It is impacting people out there, and they are indeed sending back some positive vibrations to you. Those are doorways. Those are opportunities. So I think part of what you have to do here is be aware of what the universe is offering you back. It might be a funeral. I'm not saying go to the funeral to market. I'm saying going to the funeral because that's probably a door of abundance that you need to open. And abundance isn't about marketing. Abundance is about sharing abundance. So when I go someplace, it's not about getting them as clients. It's like, this is the abundance I've been sending coming back. And what good is it to me if I don't open the door? So I have to become a keen observer of possible doors opening up for me. And that's how I allow the abundance back in again. I have to allow it back in. If I'm not open to it coming back in, I can send all of it I want to out there, which is good because I'll feel good sending it out there. I'll still be in well-being, but I won't be able to reap the benefits of the well-being coming back because I have resistance to receiving. I have a resistance to going to parties, or I don't want to go to that place because I can't see why. All these opportunities are opening up for you, and you may not be taking. So that's the third step, is open, allow, offer, and receive. Open, offer, and receive. Those are the 3 steps. I want it to be so easy that you can remember when you walk down on your walk in the morning. And I was walking this morning, and this little poodle sits on the ground and won't move. There's an offer. So I say to her, I guess you got to wait till he's ready to go. She said, no, he's checking you out. And I said, well, I'm just going to sit here and let him check me out. So he took the little poodle, looked him over and sniffed me, and then got really cheery. And I said, I guess I passed. And she was just delightful about, not many people pass that test. So what happens, we were going around the same block, and we met again, the second round. And I said, she's not even checking me out anymore. And he says, no, she trusts you completely now. So I felt like that was an opening. That person is going to go say, there's this nice guy who does this walk in the morning with me, and my dog loves him, and that just feels like an opening. I didn't say, well, do you want to be my client? So if your dog dies, why don't you call me? Here's my card. I'll help you through the grief. That's the closure. We don't want to do the closure. Just think of the abundance that's out there now. So there's more about my abundance is flowing through her and her dog out there right now. And I don't know how that's going to get back to me. But I'm going to keep looking for opportunities to offer and open. Got it? Questions about that? Then the 4th step is getting resistance out of the way of that natural process. That's how I've changed this chart. It's open, offer, allow, resistance. Resistance is what happens when you can't do those first 3 steps. Okay? You get blocked in connecting, you get blocked in offering, you get blocked in receiving. And you know the block by the feeling. Unease is you're blocked. You're blocking the flow. Whether you're blocking it at the front end or you're blocking it at the rear end, you're blocking it. So that's what resistance is such a good friend for. It tells you you're blocking. That's simple. I want to keep it really simple here. You're blocking the flow somehow. You have to figure out how you're blocking the flow. For some people, that's helpful. Oh, I'm not opening up to people. I'm not allowing stuff back in. Or I'm holding up in the house and I'm not offering anything. So you may want to know on which end of this process you're blocking. But it really doesn't matter what end. You're blocking. And your job is to unblock. And so this whole section down here, did you get one? Yeah. This whole section on the bottom, which is step 4, is keeping open the flow inward and outward. And I have 3 different steps here. And they spell RAT, R-A-T. Recognizing the resistance. We talked about that last week. How your body will tell you and your experience will tell you, resistance is present in my life in this moment. I'm blocking. No shame, no guilt, no remorse. I'm blocking. That's all. That's all. I'm blocking. There's no judgment call here. And I can feel my block, and I can feel the flow has been slowed down because of this discomforting feeling. The second step is to allow, which means don't add any more resistance to it. If you're resisting, don't resist the resistance. So it's just more of the same. Oh, I shouldn't be blocking. Oh, what's wrong with me? I'm never going to get this right. Oh, shit, I'm never going to be in line. This is not okay. I can't do anything right. Now we're resisting the resistance. Now we are blocking the block. And we often create mounds of resistance in our way because one form of resistance overlays another form, and we just keep sinking deeper and deeper and deeper into resistance. So allowing the resistance means that we're not adding more resistance to the pot. We're not necessarily getting rid of the resistance yet, we're just not adding more to the pot. So we still have the resistance, but we're not making it bigger. And then the third step is to transcend the resistance. Now this is what I want to go over with you this week. Okay? One way to transcend your resistance is adjusting your focus. So here's your resistance and your focus. Here's your resistance and you're focusing on it. You say, bad, 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 bad. So do what I call a PPP. It's perceive, I forgot what it was. Perceive a positive perspective. So instead of seeing this as a negative perspective, I say, oh, this pencil is here to serve me somehow. This resistance is here to remind me of something. This resistance is on my side. This resistance loves me. This resistance is, I'm going to see it differently. I'm not going to perceive it as a block anymore. I'm going to perceive it as guidance. So there are several ways that you can PPP. Okay? And I'm going to give you some alternative perspectives to choose besides id, resistance. And they are, think of, we are one. I am one with this resistance. I'm not separate from it. I'm one with all of you. I'm not separate from you. You cannot interfere with my flow. No matter how mean you seem to me, or how angry you are at me, or how judgmental you are at me, we're one. And there's no separation. We're all whole and complete. And there's no separation between you and me. And what you're doing is really trying to show me a part of myself. So when I see everything as one and there's no separation, then there's nothing to lose. So there can be no resistance. Resistance is the fear of loss. And there can be no loss if there's no separation. So that's a big one. All is well is what I use all the time. Even though you're here, all is well. You're here, and in the bigger thing, a scheme of things, it's all okay. It's all okay. I get bigger. These perspectives are designed to get us bigger than the resistance. Not to get rid of the resistance, to get bigger than the resistance. Now you're just this little piece of guidance that I can love. You're no big thing. Because we're all one. Okay? Now the third one is assertion only exists from within. And what that means is I'm the one that created this resistance. I did it 100% by myself. 100, not 99.9, 100%. I created this resistance by myself. I used you as an excuse to create it. I said, you don't like me enough, so I created this resistance. And I did it all by myself. You got that? When you realize that only you can create resistance, then you have the power to uncreate resistance. You have the power to let go of the resistance if it's all created by you. If it's created by the world, you're in trouble. If it's created by a situation, you're dependent. You're unempowered. You're screwed. You're a victim. And you're going to be a victim of the world because you don't get that you did this. And if you did it, you can undo it. The fourth one is, there is never a problem. There's just situations. So that's another perspective, another PPP. Instead of bad boy, bad resistance, it's like, this is just a situation. It's not a problem. My house burned down, we talked about last week. It's a situation. It's not a problem. You got to deal with it. You may feel feelings about it. But when you understand how impermanent it is, how quickly it can vanish, how structure, no structure, it has no structure. It's just imagined structure for you. Then I can say, I can deal with this resistance because it's a situation. But if I see this resistance as bad, then I feel again like it's got me. I haven't got it. I shrunk down and became this resistance. I shrunk. I made this problem. I made this situation into a problem. I didn't have to do it. It's just a situation. Nobody likes a situation where, you're lonely. Nobody likes that, but it's not a problem. It's just a situation. Can you fix it? Absolutely, you can change it. But right now, you stop seeing it as a problem. Get bigger than it. See that it's all guidance. So these are perspectives. I'm helping you shift from there's bad resistance to I can allow this, I can transcend this resistance in all of these variety of ways. And then the last one I have is everything is under these circumstances right now unfolding as it should. That's the belief in the okayness of the universe unfolding as it should. All of these perspectives can free me from turning this resistance into something that blocks. Questions about those ideas?
Yeah. I'm not clear. There was an exercise we did where, would you paint my house? And, how can I be of service to you? It's like, and then what they ask for is like, I'm not willing to do.
Right.
My not willingness, is that resistance? Or I'm a little, I need to separate those things out.
No, it's not resistant. It could be. How do you know if it's resistance or not?
Exactly.
Where is it coming from? Is it coming from well-being and I don't want to pay the house on Sunday because I want to, I still love you, I still feel like offering, I still want to offer you, but I don't have to take you up on everything you invite me to do. Or it can come from, hell no, I don't want to do that. Why would, now you see, in both instances, one is resistance and one isn't. To say, oh no thanks, thanks for the offer. I'm going to be doing something else. Or, hell no, why would I want to do that? The difference is in whether you've made it resistance or not.
So no isn't necessarily resistance. It's
No as a boundary isn't resistance. No to the unfolding of the universe is. I say yes to you asking me to paint your house. I say yes to you offering it. I say yes to you being specific. I say yes to everything you're doing. Now, when I stand up and say no, that's not resisting. I accept that you're asking. I accept that you want it. I accept that you're expecting it. I accept that you're going to probably be disappointed if I don't get you. I accept all of that. And no thanks, but thanks for offering. I was walking down the street and a bomb, my friend used to say, a bomb. Well, he had bombs.
Yeah.
But he threw this
So
at
did
him.
you.
Could you give me some clear range? I said, no, but thank you. And I'm walking along, and he comes up and he stops me and he says, why did you say thank you? And I said, because you gave me an opportunity to offer something to you. And I really appreciate that. I didn't have to give it to him, but he offered me an opportunity to give him something. So I said yes to his offering. You see? But I didn't have to give him money.
You have a comment, sage, right?
Yeah.
I agree with you. I mean, I think it takes a level of, like, discerning your own integrity, like whether or not you're capable or whether you have taken care of yourself enough. And you may get it wrong. I mean, maybe you should have helped with that, or maybe that moment you didn't. But I think it's a moment to moment to being able to, like, stay with yourself and know what you need and know what you can handle.
Mm-hmm. There's an impulse when somebody says, could you, I'd like you to help me with oh, sure, you know, like that I can feel that impulse, like, oh, are you available for it? Yes,
Because I want you to like me. Because I want you to approve of me.
maybe.
That's resistance.
No, I don't even know if I want you, I don't think it has to do with them, it's
Okay.
just that it feels good to say yes.
I want to be a good person.
It just feels good to say yes. But the next thoughts, like if I give myself a moment to check in with myself,
Mhm.
sometimes that's not the only answer. Sometimes there's another answer, which is, you know, my back hurts and I don't want to hurt my back by lifting that furniture.
Well, then it doesn't feel good to say yes.
Right. And so,
But we say yes before we even know what yes feels like.
but I think the yes, now that you're saying this, I think the yes is, yes, thank you for offering. Thank you
Thank you
for,
for being my friend. Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for trusting me to take care of myself.
thank you for asking me.
Thank you for including me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think that's the yes.
But
think,
do I want to do it? No.
Mm.
I don't even have to have a reason. No thanks. And it's some hard. The more investment you have, the more harder it is to say that. You know.
Like to little kids.
Yes, like if my daughter called me and said, "Could you babysit the kids on such and such a date?" As much as I love to babysit them, I may have a conference out of town, or I may just have plans that don't include. And I would say, "No thanks. Thanks for offering." It's really hard not to come up with, "Well, I love you and I want to see your kids and I just because of this and that, please understand." And all of this explanation is coming out of not trusting your own abundance. Because your abundance does not have to be received or felt or acknowledged in any way to you. Otherwise, it's not unconditional. You understand? Unconditional means nothing back. Unconditional receiving means no obligation back. Nothing back. Except out of joy and well-being and non-resistance. Then I've really given you a gift when I say, yes, I want to do that. What a great opportunity. I'm looking forward to that. That's coming from abundance, and that can feel really good. And a lot of times we'll choose to change our plans because we, or not, but we want to make our choices from abundance. Does that clarify it a little bit?
The other question I have is, there's some people out there who don't really play by the unconditional game.
Okay. Some.
Yeah, right.
I'll say pretty much all.
Just a few. and so there's this kind of unspoken, because they're not saying, I want to make a deal with you. I'll do this if you'll do that. They'll say, oh, I want to do this for you. And me come, wow, thank you. That's very generous of you. Thank you very much. And then later, it comes back that they're pissed that I didn't do X, Y, or Z. But they weren't explicit about wanting X, Y, or Z. And so now there's this disconnect, and they're in their unhappy universe, and I can choose to let that affect me, or I can choose to stay in my well-being and let them spin whatever they want to spin from it, and they'll naturally self-select in around my life. That's what will happen.
That's right.
Yeah.
So the one way to transcend resistance is perceive a positive perspective. Right in the moment of your discomfort. I'm feeling my resistance. Stop. Take a breath. Feel the resistance. Allow it. Don't push it away. And then when it starts to die down, say, okay, how can I perceive a positive perspective right now? Which will mean take my attention away from the negative and put it on the positive. So I'm looking at this from a negative perspective. And then I allow it, and it kind of wears, kind of dissipates, and now I can say, now let's choose another perspective to view this with. And I've given you 5 here. perspectives. Maybe you want to practice them. The second idea is to choose gratitude and appreciation. So rather than perceive differently, find a way to take your attention off the resistance and focus it on appreciation and gratitude. Just sit in the moment right now, and whatever resistance you have, you can say, boy, I really appreciate it. Let's go around and appreciate together. I really appreciate that you're all here. Thank you. That's good. Thanks. I like sharing my stuff with you. I'm appreciating that you're here to receive it.
Do you want us to talk about a resistance that we have?
No, just focus on gratitude and right now. Just focus on gratitude and appreciation.
It's like, like you can appreciate the resistance or the way it's...
You don't have to have resistance before you do this.
Oh, okay.
You can do it. But if you do have resistance, and you have it right now, that'd be fine. Tell us what your resistance is. And then see what appreciation and gratitude does. You have a resistance right now?
I'm feeling really grateful for the opportunity to get some clarification and work things out so that I am understanding the subtle differences between things. I'm really grateful for this forum where we get to meet multiple times.
And I appreciate the application piece that I can put what we're doing into practice and feel it as, we're working with people or, my group or whatever it is. Yeah. I appreciate this nice cool air flowing in. I appreciate this group as well. I feel a little resistance because I don't know everybody in the group, so I'm just gonna, Sage, and Elaine, and then Megan, right? And what's her name?
Dimitri.
Dimitri. What's her name? How do you say it? Verona. Okay, I'm Kelsey. Dimitri. Okay, I feel better.
So what else? You understand I'm asking you to appreciate and be grateful for what's happening now, not what's going on now.
I have some resistance. My eye's been hurt. I've had an eye infection. But the positive thing is I get to wear sunglasses, so cool. No, I'm not trying to be antisocial,
Okay. So I'm appreciating you sharing that with us. Even though I didn't think you were being antisocial, it's kind of nice to,
No, I didn't.
to hear where you are right now.
But I usually don't wear sunglasses indoors. But where's the bathroom, by the way, in here?
It's down the hall to the right. First door to the right. So I appreciate that you asked, and so you won't be peeing on my floors. Maybe you will. I'll see if I can appreciate that.
Kelsey, I want to appreciate you for just kind of going over the names again, because sometimes I lose it, and it was just nice to have that opportunity to, okay, you know who everybody is, I've got a name, and a face, and this moment.
Is anybody grateful that there's enough oxygen?
Yeah.
No. What kind of question is that?
It's like how we can find how easy it is for us if we look to find things that we take for granted all the time that we could really appreciate. We don't stop to appreciate sometimes that there's enough oxygen, that we're not competing for oxygen in this world.
We're not in LA.
There we go.
Okay,
We can appreciate that.
In Texas, where it's 150 or so, and humid.
Yes. Or I can appreciate that this finger isn't hurting. Everything else might be. I can appreciate that that finger isn't hurting.
And I can appreciate there's no pee on the floor because I'm potty training a 3-year-old right now. And sometimes there's pee and poop on the floor.
That's right.
I appreciate the nice clean floor.
I'm appreciating Carol right now for making that floor happen.
I'm appreciating this chair.
What happens to your energy? You start to chuckle. You start to you feel like there's a rise at all in your energy, and there's more giggling going on. So more opportunity for us to go into appreciation. So that's another way to change your focus, to put a positive perspective in there, or reach for appreciations and gratitudes is another way to transcend this little piece of resistance that's here in front of you. All of a sudden, this becomes appreciation and gratitude. It doesn't necessarily go away, but we surround this with a new perspective, and we surround it with appreciation and gratitude. I'm appreciating that my resistance is here, indicating that I'm blocked, allowing me to remember that I'm blocked. All right? I think there was one other. This is the grandest one of all for me, is to perceive yourself bigger than everything. Perceive yourself as whole and complete, and bigger than the contrast in the universe. And you're bigger than resistance. So when you are bigger than resistance, that's what heals resistance, is by getting bigger than the resistance and not resisting the resistance. Because non-resistance heals, and resistance constricts and injures. Even though it's okay, and then there's a lot of resistance in the world, and through resistance we get to non-resistance. Even if that's true, non-resistance does not take you to healing. So if you can become this big observer vessel, that you can walk around in and say, oh, I'm being resistant right now. Okay. Oh, I'm really in a lot of pain right now. Okay. I'm going to cry. But while I'm crying, I'm okay. While I'm angry, while I'm beating up my dad, I'm okay. There's no resistance here. So you really surround resistance with love. And you be the love that surrounds the contrast of the universe, rather than pushing the contrast. I'm so appreciating that. Questions or comments about this? This is stuff I wanted to cover last week. And this is the revision of the journal. Anything else you want to talk about this?
Solution thing. I just get the vision of dough rising and just expanding. You know, you think it's just this little lump, but if you just let it be, just let it stay in the warmth, it just grows. It gets huge, much bigger than you anticipated getting. I also think about uteruses and how uteruses are expansive.
Thank God.
And they grow to accommodate whatever is in there.
Yeah.
It can be a uterus of love.
I'm appreciating that metaphor.
What helped me this week a lot was the metaphor you gave us last week about just the creek or the flowing, being the flowing water, and pebbles, and that really helped. So just to what I found myself or other, I was trying to schedule a workshop at a doctor's office, and then I kept calling and calling, not getting through, and coming back just to confirm. And I wouldn't let that stop me. I remember just be the water, keep flowing. Okay, keep flowing. And then eventually, I got a hold of someone, they said, oh, it's not going to work for some reason. I just flowed right around that, okay, I'll be there with Flyer soon, I'll do this somewhere else. And it was just fine, it was no problem. I just kept flowing. That was just nice to remember that's the important thing. Just keep flowing. Whatever the resistance is on, just go in there and go. Whether you're big or little, that'll help me just to be water.
Absolutely. Alright, so now, here we are. We're open, we're expanding, we're allowing, and we're not resisting. So we're just walking around like this. And we're feeling the flow coming out, and we're watching for the flow to come back. Now it's time to step up and take what's in here out to the world. So I'm going to encounter the world now from this place. And I'm going to walk up to somebody and I'm going to say, hi, I'm Ron and I'm here. Or I'm going to encounter the world now. Let's say you're coming in, I'm going for a job application. I'm going for a job application like this. And I'm saying, I'm here and I'm full and I'm abundant and I have a lot to offer and you might be wise to hire me. However, if you don't, there's a lot of people out there who's going to really appreciate me. So I just want you to know that I'm feeling so capable of doing this job and so excited about doing it. Yet I don't need anything back from you. Just here and offering my services to you. That's how I do an interview. Not, do you want me? It's, can you make room for me? Can you make room for, I don't want to be in a place that's going to say, shut your abundance down, boss. Get in line, work the clock. This is a 60-hour week, even though we're only paying you for 40. I'm not going to be open to exploitation here. It's not going to happen. Nobody's going to be able to exploit me from this place. And all of my interaction with you is going to be from unconditional abundance. Now, I'm going to go give a talk. This is where I want to give the talk from. You guys get bogged down and do I want to give a talk and what should I say? And how am I going to arrange a talk? And all of the details. And you're not even coming from abundance yet. So if you want to give a talk, start with abundance. Now that I'm here, how am I going to arrange to give a talk? Well, I'm going to call camp, and I'm going to call a nursery school, and I'm going to call a hospital, and I'm going to tell them all about my work with kids and how I can help kids change their attitude. Now I take abundance, and now I go out and I make these calls. And like Kelsey, when I'm on the phone making the call, I stay in the abundance. And so my enthusiasm comes through. I don't care if they say yes or no. Stop getting bogged down in the details of the world. Stay in abundance for its own sake. Got that? For its own sake. There has to be no other reward for you, except the feeling of abundance flowing through you. That's it. You've already got the gift. You've already been fulfilled. So don't start cheaping it with, now I've got to get this result. You see, it cheapens it. You already had it. And now you're going to give it away because somebody hung up on you, or somebody didn't follow through, or you didn't get your brochure done in time. Petty, petty, petty. And we kill our own enthusiasm with this pettiness. So I'm going to call from here. Kelsey called me on the phone, said I need a room, such and such. And I make that happen. And it just seemed so abundant, It's like, well, how could I say no to that? And I could just feel my own abundance, my own desire to make space for her to do that. And so here I am now. I'm doing everything. I'm making the brochure. I'm making the call. I'm getting the room. I'm informing the people. I'm doing a guest speak to a group of people who may want to come. And it's all coming from abundance. And I don't care how it turns out. I'm not invested. I'm not going to get petty. Now, this is how we operate what I can call unattached action. This is action from well-being. And it has to stay unattached. And this is how I want you marketing. This is how I want you engaging the world. Not only for clients, just to receive abundance back. One way you're going to receive abundance back is through clients. Because that's one of the ways you want to measure how abundant you be. So we're going to focus on clients even. But it's just a subset of abundance. So if we all want to focus on, like we did with the chips, we all want to focus on clients right now. We can all get together and pile up the red chips to represent, and all of us can work on a focus. From abundance, we create this stack of clients. But we're really just attracting abundance to us. And that might take the form of clients, or vacation time, or more money that you didn't expect, or something that's going to come in to you. And the more you can allow it to come in its many forms, you don't have to get, well, if it's not clients, I'm not interested.
I'm not going to take any abundance that doesn't bring me clients. Nah, take your $1 million and shove it. I want clients.
So you can get so you really shut out abundance when you start to get really specific. You can start to lose your abundance. So be abundant in attracting clients. Be abundant in health. Be abundant in relationships. Be abundant in money. Be abundant. And then let that come back to you in any form it wants. And if you want to put a little more focus on clients, or workshops, or veterans, or whatever you want to do, it doesn't matter whether you're doing veterans or somebody else. You're doing abundance. That's what you're doing. But,
It doesn't matter whether you're doing veterans or someone else.
oh yeah.
I'm just doing my husband.
Do it with abundance. Honey, come here.
Do it with abundance. What a bumper sticker. Do it with abundance.
Yes. I think that's a perfect bumper sticker for what we're doing here in this room. I do it with abundance. I love that. How do you get a bumper? How do you get a bumper sticker made?
What a cafe press.
And just start by putting on your car.
You can get shirts.
When I t-shirts, you can make a design.
Yeah.
I do it with abundance. That's so great. So let's see if we can generate this happening together. Let's see if we can manifest this. We've got the abundance. It's a good idea. If you don't want to, I could do it with you, Sage. Was anybody interested in wanting to stay in the abundance with this idea until it manifests? You do? We'll be calling places and see how much it costs to print them, and all of the stuff we've got to do in abundance to make this happen. Because now what happens is we have an alignment with an idea that we're both excited about. We're all excited about. A bumper sticker that says I do it with abundance. It feels so good. Now we've lined up with our desire. And so all we have to do is not resist. And we've lined up. And when Kelsey lines up, and 5 of us, 10 of us line, just look at all the alignment. There's no way we're not going to be able to create this bumper sticker. There's no way in the world we're not going to be able to create it. Because we're here in alignment with it, and nobody's offering resistance to it. That's why I want to make sure if anybody doesn't want to participate, or let me know. Do you want to participate? Now, are you saying no because you want me to like you, or is it coming from abundance? Garnet? Okay. Dimitri?
It had better be sustainable materials.
So there's a condition.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Okay. Do you want to participate in creating this sticker? See, it's important to get clear, isn't it? Because if you don't feel alignment with this, then you're just going to drag our energy down. And why would you want to do that? Why would you want to do that? So you're either really excited about this or no.
And it's okay to be no.
It is. You do us a service by not signing up for something you're going to turn out to be resistant to. And you're not going to line up. You can't dampen our enthusiasm, but you can not line up with
I can't trust your yes unless I hear your no. Like I need to know that you've got boundaries.
that. Yes.
If somebody keeps saying yes to me, I'm like, what's going on? Something's... Because then I'll get that resentment undertone thing going on, and it's like, I didn't hear your no, and I think you were a no. I didn't say it. like a feeling.
So rather than ask you for a commitment about how you're lining up with this idea now, you don't need to go any further, and you don't have to meet commitments, get commitments from each of you to do this. You will line up with this idea or you won't. So the first step I'm going to take is I'm going to put an email out to everybody in the marketing group that we're going to create a project where we come out with a bumper sticker that says, I do it with abundance. That's the first step I'm going to take in this.
That is.
Is anybody else aboard that wants to take a step?
Oh, I'm already itching to look up Cafe Press and find out what they
What they
have
charge?
and what they charge.
And maybe even on a t-shirt as well. We
Yeah.
could have PTI t-shirts that say, process therapy is good, we do it with abundance.
Wait, so are you talking about that website that you have to win the contest? To your art piece has to be good enough, and then is that a different?
No, this is a place where you can go and get your whatever logo or design made. You send them I think you send them the file, and, and they print it out on whatever printing stuff they have.
I think I just got more excited about turning it into a t-shirt
I
and
like
bumper
the
sticker.
t-shirt.
And let's print them off, and let's give them to people.
T-shirt.
The money will come to us from someplace, and we can give these away for free. Anybody at PTI who wants one? At PTI we do it.
I don't think we should put PTI on
You know?
there because it's too sectarian.
Oh.
'Cause if it's just the message, then it's kind of universal. Then the message is pure. So like the PTI is sort of contaminant.
Oh, for me it feels like a way of marketing.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, but you wouldn't want to get behind it if it didn't feel good to you to do that. So that's another thing. You're lining up, and then if something happens that you can't line up with, then you don't go through with it because it's just going to add negative energy to the pot, or you're not going to honor yourself. Because if that feels like too much, I mean, we're not even going to decide that now, okay? We're just going to price T-shirts and small, medium, and large, maybe, or just small and medium. The last time we ran off T-shirts, you've seen our T-shirt from PTI. It's not about the journey. It's not about the result. It's about the journey. We make T-shirts for everyone at PTI. Oh, I'll have to get them later.
I could see it being simple, kind of like the Just Do It T-shirts, like I do with abundance.
Yeah.
Like not a lot of visual stuff, but just the lettering.
Yeah, it could be just the words.
Or maybe the PTI could be like in small letters.
I was thinking about on the sleeve actually, the PTI on the sleeve. So
But process therapy incision, right?
Yeah,
Something
yeah,
like
that'd be cool.
Let's keep talking it.
But I like the bumper sticker too because I was picturing it on my car. On my bed.
Or clean, one of those where you can take it off and put it on there, and put it on things, but it doesn't have that sticky residue.
Yeah, maybe that's a good idea.
Those vinyl things are reusable, whereas a bumper sticker, you have to go through, bring it all, and get it off.
Yes. Let's keep. You want to talk about it a little longer? It's
I do
starting to
something
take
to help.
form.
I would do something. I don't know what I can do.
You'll do something.
When we say giving out to people, are we talking about clients or just?
Well, first of all, just, I don't know, give it. Maybe when we go to a fair, intern fair, we could give them one. Or maybe we could sell them for $1, sell them at cost, or even make a profit off of them. That's all right to make a profit off of them. We'll sell them. We'll give them to some people, we'll sell them to others.
That's how the money will come to you.
That's right. You give it away. What abundance is that? I invested $400 in this, and I'm giving it away unconditionally. That's got to open up some doors. And I'm not doing it to open up the doors, because the universe doesn't cut deals. You have to give this really unconditionally. You can't say, well, if I give this, I'll get this back. No, that's not unconditional anymore. I'll give this because it feels good to do it. And then I'll wait and see what happens. You see the difference? I'm not going to cut a deal with the universe. It doesn't work that way. Any more discussion about what we want
Well, I can create ideas for designs.
Cool.
to do? Okay.
Yeah.
How to letter it, what colors maybe?
Yeah.
what color background, white t-shirts with blue, or start looking at some designs. Should it be one sentence? I redo it with abundance.
How about just do it with abundance? Because I mean, I'm thinking the most important thing is the message. So when they read it, it says do with abundance. If you read it, it says we do it with abundance, then they think, okay, well, great, you do it with abundance. What about me?
Okay.
But if it says do it with abundance, then they think, oh, okay, I get it. I need to do it with abundance.
Okay.
I like
Does that
that
make
I
sense?
do it with abundance because it's like, it's you're owning it.
I'm off.
I
do
do
it.
it. Yeah, I do it with abundance. I don't know like that. Sorry.
It's okay to disagree. Let's keep talking because it doesn't have to come together as one idea. We're just trying to manifest something out of our energy we're all vibrating in this frequency. It'll come out to our satisfaction if we just keep doing it.
You do it with abundance is like expectation from the others, but we do it with abundance.
Yeah, I also like the implication that there may be something sexual or something to do, do it with abundance. Whatever you do it with abundance.
Like polyamory.
Walk your dog with abundance. Insert a line, walk your dog with abundance. Be sexual with abundance. Hate yourself with abundance.
The thing is, what I think that it says we do it with abundance, it's almost like
How about not we do it?
exclusive. It's
How
like,
about-
oh, we do it with abundance and you don't. Like,
How
that's
about
what we do.
how about just do it with abundance?
It has
Dimitri,
What?
do it with abundance.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
It's good.
Yeah. Well, I do it with abundance is cool too because then it's like I am making a difference. I don't know.
Yeah, but it is kind of isolating in a way. So I do it with abundance.
Yeah.
And do it's an action. It's
Yeah,
PTI,
it's an
right?
action.
Do it.
Yeah.
Get up. Do it. Do it.
Right?
Do it.
Doing it with abundance.
And we have a symbol of two people having sex and I'm speaking.
Right now, I'm vibrating abundance. See me shake. Feel my power.
Powered by abundance.
That's a good one.
Oh, I like that one too.
What was it? Powered by abundance.
Yeah. We could do several.
That would be a perfect bumper sticker because then it's like fuel. Powered by abundance.
I really like that as a bumper sticker. It fits perfectly on the car, doesn't it? Well, somebody had this, be the first one to do, be the first one, if you want people to be the first one to do it. That was such a nice bumper sticker. This was really good. Powered by abundance. Because that's the word we're spreading here is abundance works. It's another one. Abundance works.
We could do
See
different
much
ones.
alignment with my idea there, so I didn't hear it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. What if we do different ones? Like we'll do like
Why don't we all come up with a
we'll
couple
do
of
like
sayings and
50
designs?
shirts and then like most like they're all different so they can.
Yeah,
They can read it.
yeah, we can have several. I'd like to have some that would be serving to identify process therapy as well.
Well, like I think I like her idea where like on the sleeve,
Yeah, on the side.
on the sleeve you could say Process Therapy Institute, so it's like a logo, but then the message is clear.
That's a nice idea. So we've got some good ideas here. I wonder what we'll do, what steps we'll take. Each of us will take between now and next week to help manifest this. And it's okay if you don't. Just send out that abundant message. That's all we need. All we need is to send out abundance. We don't need a result. We don't have to come back and say, see what we did. Because you get caught up in the manifestation and you forget the journey. The t-shirt said, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. That's the t-shirt we made for you. What's important is the journey, not the destination. Okay, feel complete with this?
Yeah. So I have doing it with abundance, powered by abundance, do it with abundance, and abundance happens.
Abundance works.
Abundance.
And I do it with abundance.
I do it with
It's another idea.
abundance. Works.
Oh yeah, abundance works. I really like that. Okay, good.
You guys, I really want. I know this is sort of a stick in the mud for some, but I really think we should buy like sustainable. If we're gonna be a t-shirt, like maybe organic, like fair trade or something. And then it's like the abundance is sort of
Yes.
taken away from rainforest or wherever they get it. Maybe it's bad.
Yeah, can you make t-shirts out of
Organic? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
organic
gonna
cotton.
cost more, but you can get organic cotton.
Bamboo. It's expensive.
so an organic crop? I think we should use hemp. And make it real thin, I think you
The dyes and stuff like that, that could also be another thing.
can. Yes,
Process.
yes, not to have the food and dye, natural coloring from from plants. Should we make it, let's just make the, just the regular circular or some crew necks, or just a circular t-shirt, right? Short sleeve. Rather than sleeveless.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
Smell like tank top.
just a regular t-shirt.
Too boxy
Like this.
though, I'm uncomfortable to wear regular
What are-
t-shirts. The too boxy of a t-shirt is uncomfortable.
Yeah, there's the kind of traditional t-shirt, which it's good on a guy, but it's not so comfortable or flattering on a woman.
What about tank tops?
Tank tops would work. We might want to get a mix. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess we could poll the other marketing people and find out, you know, say if you're a girl, what kind of shirt would you prefer? A men's tee, a tank top, a women's tee, and the guys, you know, you could have a tank top or a regular men's tee, and that way, it's like majority will, the majority of answers will determine whether we go with these or those.
Sure, we could do different styles of t-shirts.
Yeah, some companies you can order the grills. It'll be like,
Yeah,
Cake.
it's more.
and it'll be a
It's-
woman's.
But
You
to
know what I mean?
stretch your fabric, then the men's is typically more rigid.
Yeah.
That those women's tend to be a little more stretchy. So
And the
it's-
sleeve is shorter. You can get the special.
Yeah.
I really like the idea of an organic. I don't think you were dumping anything negative at all by one. That really is exciting to me. I'd like to know that I'm wearing a shirt that has a small footprint. There's a lot of green and that would feel good. I could feel good about wearing it. I could feel good about offering it. So that might be limiting to the kind of style we can get if we have. So we're gonna. Here's what I also recommend you do. As you find out things this week, email them to us so we can hear what you're finding out along the way. You don't have to wait till next week. It might be exciting to hear what each person has done as you do it.
Should we post it to the group?
Yeah, what do we post it to get to us?
Friends of PTI.
Do you just do a regular email from my account and send it to friends at PTI?
You open Friends of PTI and you post from there. You get on to Friends of PTI.
It's a Gmail, right?
And then you hit post.
Into Yahoo.
And then you can, it's a Yahoo group, and then you can send this out to everybody. It'll go beyond the marketing group, however, it'll go out to everybody on that group. That's all right. We want to spread what we're doing. All right. Did you feel complete with that now? So we could all post our progress on Friends of Yahoo, Friends of PTI, rather than just to each other. Let's put it out there. Let's say what we're doing, what we found out. Are you all on Friends of PTI?
I think so. I think it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I haven't checked
Do
it
you
in a
get
while.
emails?
Donna's pretty good about
If
that.
you are, you'll know. If you think so, maybe.
Maybe I've got invitations to it.
Yeah, you have to sign up for it.
So,
Yeah, you have to sign up through a dollar
Agreed.
sheet to approve it. Right.
The Donna will make you like approved, and then you have to agree, and you're something like that.
And then you get bombarded with emails.
No, it does. Well, you set it up how you want it. If you've ever done a Yahoo group, you set it up if you want one email a week or one email a day, so it condenses it. Or each time something is posted, they send you a new email. So you can
Well,
choose.
it's not that
What's it?
It's It's not a lot of traffic on it. It's not like there's a deluge.
But you can get them done all at once, though. The rain messages that they can come to all at once.
Cool.
This will get Friends of PTI up and rolling too. And then somebody wants to go on to our Facebook page at PTI and post that we're doing this on our Facebook page as well. Because that Facebook page is supposed to be kind of a living, breathing, moving thing about what PTI is doing, sharing.
There's not much action on it right now.
No, there isn't at all. So I'm thinking that maybe we could create some more action on it. Every once in a while, the dog types in something I said, and that's all it gets on it.
Well, I'm waiting to put a group together for the stress reduction meditation.
Yeah.
And then once that happens, then I can post events on the PTA website.
Yeah.
Through the group.
Did I ever send that to you?
No.
Okay. I think they were changing.
Well, I have one PDF, but I'm not sure because I sent an email asking if I should just go through with it because I was wondering what everyone wanted to put on there for the group info. But once that goes, then events can be posted on the main site, which would be more, marketing.
Well, I added you as a friend, so that's PTI, right? No, PTI and its own.
That was LinkedIn, wasn't it?
Well, maybe, but also
Or on Facebook?
So I should look for PTI on Facebook.
Yeah, look for PTI on Facebook. Right, and then post from there. And any of us who've signed up for PTI, that'll show up on our Facebook.
How many events do we have going on? Like I know this is a stress reduction, but there's like groups and things, or what is there going on with PTI?
There's a women's group that the Donna's doing. There's the stress group on Saturday. There's the marketing
Transition.
Because
group.
it's through that Facebook, they don't use it, but you can create events through the Facebook group.
Well,
And then,
you may want to take over and be
well,
on
I don't
Facebook.
know.
No, you don't.
I mean, I could do the stress reduction, but I don't know if I could do all of them. I mean, if LaDonna does that group, she needs to do the
But you
meditation.
could call LaDonna and
Let
ask
her know.
her if she wants any help.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel up to that, if you feel like that's a good thing, if you enjoy doing it. But you gotta enjoy it. You don't get to do any of this if you can not enjoy it. It won't interfere with our vibration if you're not in alignment with it. So you don't have to worry about spoiling it, because there's no rule of assertion, remember, there's no imposition that you have the power to give. You can't do anything with our alignment and our vibration and our manifestation. You can add to it, but you can't take away. So don't worry. There's nothing you can do to get in the way of this. It's going to happen. You need your own password to get into Facebook. But you can get on Facebook, PTI's Facebook page without a password.
You
So
like
it's
it,
open
and you
to
can post to it.
everyone, right? The whole
Yeah.
world. Yeah. But to make changes to PTI thing, you need a password.
But
You
you
can
can
make
post
posts.
without
CTI
it.
thing.
But you can post.
Post without it.
No, you need a Facebook account to post.
Yeah, she does. She has it.
Yeah, but you don't have to know PTI's password.
No, absolutely.
No.
You just get into Facebook and
Post on the wall, like you post on
Right.
anybody else's wall.
then.
Once you're friends with them or you like the whatever.
Yes.
At the beginning of this, I said, and I was excited, I still am excited, but I'm noticing I have fear. I started putting together a flyer for a team discussion group on sexuality, and I just noticed that I'm having all these internal thoughts of like, oh my God, people are going to misconstrue this. Parents are going to, nobody's going to want to come. Why bother? Da, 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 da. And so I've gotten like a paragraph written, and then I stopped, and I was like, I need to come back to the group with this, because I'm like, I'm not sure how to open myself up so that I can flow more and create a flyer.
So what was it that what you felt closed you down? What thought closed you down?
The thought was, I can't word this, in a way that's gonna effectively send my message.
Wow.
Yeah. That somebody's gonna be offended or misinterpret or, I don't know how, because whenever sex comes up, people kind of have freaky deaky responses, especially if they've got kids.
So you want to not offend anybody, and you want to attract people, and you want a lot from the world, don't
Sure.
you?
Why not?
Yeah. It's fine, except if that becomes your resistance.
Yeah, I don't want that to be the business. That's why I bring
So can you still want that and flow it out there and use the words you think will work and the words you think will attract and the things that bring you joy to say and let go of whether people are offended or not or whether people are interested or not?
I think there's a step in between that, which is I need some other eyes to look at what I've written and give me feedback first.
Yeah.
I want PTI people. Is anybody here willing to
Yeah, I will.
read it over and give me some feedback?
Anybody else want to help them?
Yeah.
Sure.
You could just read it. Could you read it out to us?
I didn't bring it with. It's up on my computer still, and I was just like, I locked up, and I was like,
So you could bring it next week.
yeah, I'm gonna bring
But
whatever.
in the meantime, if any of you want to email Sage and volunteer to help her look at this, do that this week too. I don't want to save all you're doing to here. I want you to start doing with abundance out there in between our meetings. We want to make this happen, not just on an hour and a half on Tuesday. I want you to walk through the world with abundance and start manifesting and creating things out there with help and on your own as well.
Okay, I want everyone's email address in this group. Do I have that? Because I don't have
Pronto?
it. Pronto, right?
Sage
What if I send this around
processes.org.
and we all can get it and then I can send an email to everybody?
I thought it was first name at processes.org.
That doesn't always work, I find. I mean, it does work, I get, but
It's
it's nothing.
delayed.
Well, it's delayed and it is, not always does the content come through. And I don't know if it's how people are sending content.
Wait, somebody else told me about
I've had
this.
issues with it too.
Yeah.
Ilana
Yeah,
told me it's where
it's the same thing, I talked to
Okay.
Alana about it, yeah.
that was you're the Megan that had blank body messages.
Yes, yes. So it's that I find frustrating, so I'd rather use my Gmail account.
Okay.
But
Thanks.
But that's me. I mean, that's for that. I would love it if it would be helpful because it's on my business cards. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, if you can be specific about what doesn't work and test it and make sure.
I've
Tell
tried
me
it's
about how it's
testing
not
it.
working, and
Yeah.
I can call up the web people.
You
I can
see-
give you the number of the web people to call up as well.
Because it's hit and miss. Some people will send on the same platform, or there's different emails that I can't say it's all from this particular kind of email or
Right.
this particular kind of device.
Well, I'd like to get that reliable,
Yeah.
so maybe we need to contact Hurricane. That's the people that post our website and give us those addresses.
Okay.
Maybe they can do something and help us out there.
Mhm.
I can do that, or I can give you the number to call them and see what you can do. 'Cause you can explain it better than I, what's going on and why it's not working.
Well, I've tested it too. I've sent an email from another email and it didn't come through.
Yeah.
Or maybe it came through 2 days later one time.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's similar to Sage. I have, like a flyer that when I had my therapist friend look at it, I got all this great feedback and I was sitting there with it for, my own for a while and just there's certain things that you guys would see, I think. It'd be nice in a group to be able to bounce ideas off of and stuff. So.
Yeah, I want support. I'm good being another pair of eyes for your words.
You could hold together a group for just doing this specifically somewhere during the week. It works for all of you. We could all come over and watch your baby for you while we work it out.
And that's something that maybe I'm asking the question is if this is an interest that's something that I do. I enjoy doing flyers and brochures and I find it easy to manipulate the program that I use. So that's something that, like, is there, people have suggested that I provide that as a service for like a fee or something, but I don't know, or to help people consult or something, or do a training on, you know, if you have applicants.
Photoshop?
Put it
No,
out.
I use Pages.
Megan, put it out.
I'm asking now, that's what I'm asking now, is that is something of interest or,
Pages? I would love to learn it.
what's that?
You're saying you want to teach people how to use it?
I could, that could be something that
I
I
would love to
offer,
learn.
like a basic something to, or I could do things for people either way, but you know.
Well, there's one person here.
Yeah, I'm interested in that.
She's interested. So there's
I don't know
two.
what the learning part, because I don't have Mac, but maybe.
So now put out
Pursue
an
this
announcement on the Yahoo group that we've got 2 people already interested, and this is the date. And what do you want? What do you want from me? Get some more feedback.
What would we
Besides
charge
just
for
in
a
this
flyer?
group.
Yeah. Or to review a flyer.
Yeah, I don't know, like, what would you charge for that? Like, that's like, how do you create a fee for that?
For doing what?
For like either creating a flyer for someone or you know, brochure or something like that, or
You could start. You could check with other people who do that sort of work. You know, like at Kinko's and places like that, where if you wanted to have them design a flyer, how much they charge, and then bring your price a little bit under theirs, so that people would be more wanting and willing to go to you than the Kinko's. They're professionally done piece of.
I think your guideline here is $35 an hour per person. So if you do an hour and a half, you go 45 or something. That's kind of an average ballpark people use around here for groups. You can even start with that. I want to cover one more thing before we start. I mean, stop.
Start.
I can't stop.
Start
I
laughing.
want to keep rolling. I'm not sure how this is going to come out, but I want to suggest to you, in the next week, we are going to sit down and use flowing to set up a vision and to eliminate the resistance for the vision and to allow an opening for the vision. And one of the things, the hardest things it is that you have to let go of reality. Reality sucks. Reality is irrelevant. What your reality is today is irrelevant. And as long as you keep holding on and you keep making today this reality important, you can't change your reality. You cannot change your life experience unless you understand that this reality here is gone. The minute it's here, it's gone. It's gone. And it's gone again. You cannot hold on to this reality. And as you do, you'll recreate it. Because the law of attention demands that you get back what you put your attention on. So if you say, I'm unhappy, and you keep putting energy into unhappy, how do you get out of putting energy on unhappy? You have to start seeing happy. You have to start visualizing what happiness feels like. And you have to let go of this reality. So you can't form a new reality until you let go of this one. So what we're going to do next week is we're going to vision a new reality full of abundance. But in order to do that, you've got to stop paying so much attention to what is. You've got to put more attention on what could be and less on what is. And that is a very powerful thing. And it's also inbred in us. Well, face reality. Don't share. This is what it is. I am what I am, and that's what I'm going to be.
Building castles in the sky.
Right. But you understand can you see the energy, the law of energy that says if you're flowing a certain kind of energy, then you're going to receive a certain kind of energy. It doesn't have to be about God or attraction or laws. It's clear. You all know that when you put your attention on something, it grows bigger. And when you take your attention off it. So if you keep the attention on this reality, you're going to be stuck with this reality. So one of the things I want us to do next week is vision. Another reality. A reality of abundance. That's what I want us to vision. A reality of abundance. Where we have all the clients we need, and we have all the money we need, and we have all the relationships we need, and we're content and we're fulfilled. We get to do that. without going, well, that's really stupid. What a Pollyanna approach. It's pretty naive to think all you have to do is think of it and it will come. You have to do more than think of it. But the first thing you have to do is be willing to let go of this one. There's nothing in this one that's lasting. This is just the result of where you are today. Everything you've done in your life adds up to this minute right now. And that's all it is. Why stay at this moment now instead of expanding into a whole new kind of moment that we can create ourselves? So